And we're about to get the second match underway in a few moments. As you can see, the match between the Tokyo Dragons and the Tokyo Falcons, where the Tokyo Dragons have won the toss and elected to bat. The Tokyo Falcons batted second in the previous match as well, where they had a good start. I would say the first innings went in their favor, but they limited the side to just 62 runs, which was the Tigers Cricket Club. But ultimately, they couldn't get there in the end with their own batting attack. Now, a chance for redemption for the Tokyo Falcons. Meanwhile, the first game of the day and the first game of the JCL T10 2026 League Tournament for the Tokyo Dragons. As we get underway once again with the first delivery right here in front of us. That's going to be a wide. It's Telang once again. Sumit Telang, who takes the responsibility of the first over, as he did in the previous game as well. There's an appeal there, but not much that's going to impress the umpire there. Number 12, Santosh Thapa, and number 17, Abhay, who are going to start the batting here. In the attack now. Oh, that is a big slip. Really just slipped out of his hand. That's going to be a dead ball. Just ended up slipping out of his hands in the end, I think. In the attacking end. Back to him. And to the keeper. So a decent start for the bowling side. No boundaries yet as of when the power play, remember. And there it is. Oh, that was close. Could have played on himself. That was close. To the attack again. Gets good contact on it. It's in the air. It goes past the first set of fielders. But the fielder in the deep grabs that one, sends it back for 4. It could be a boundary. It's 2 runs there. Four runs in the over so far. And well, that is close once again. Has he got his man? I think he has. Oh, it seemed for a moment it was close, but he played on himself. And they've got the wicket. Well, they strike. Abhay has to go back. That's a wicket. Oh, well. Wicket number 1 already for Telang. Brilliantly bowled. See high fives from the teammates here. Well, they strike early as they did before as well, and that is really, really good. They have a habit of doing that. They have a good bowling attack, don't they? The Tokyo Falcons. Naveen Acharya now out. Just lets that go, and that's going to be the end of the first over. 6 runs in the first over, and a wicket as well. 6 for 1 at the end of over 1. So the second over now is going to be bowled by Kuldeep Bisht, who tried his best to guide his team to victory in the previous game. And now starts with a good delivery. They're going to try and sneak a single, but that's about it. It'll be interesting to see the approach of the Tokyo Dragons now, how they're going to go about it. They've lost the first wicket in the first over. I'm sure they want to maximize the power play as they hit it down towards the boundary there. Well, no fielder there. Remember, it's the power play. There's nobody at long off. And hence, it runs all the way for 4 runs. I think that's what Bish is just trying to tell his fielders. Maybe that's where he wants them to be. Not too wide towards deep extra cover, maybe towards long off. So the first boundary. This time it's in the air once again towards the same area. And is someone going to be able to stop that? Nobody this time. That goes for a big six. So they start the fireworks now. It's Acharya and Santosh who now start to pick up some form. Comes in straight away. Goes for 4 and 6. This time trying to find a similar gap. I think the fielder's going to get there this time. Once again, you can see how he's targeting the field setup. Of course, you only have two fielders outside the 30-yard circle. It's the power play for the first 3 overs. They get a single. Now, once again, hit towards the gap there, but the fielder is there. This time towards long on. And that brings the over to an end. 18 runs. 19 runs, I think. 19 runs at the end of 2 overs. Get the next over underway now immediately. Responsibility back to who else but jersey number 72, Sumit Telang. Get a good first over. He took a wicket as well, let's not forget. Now in the attack. Is that going to be a wide, I think? Yes, the signal. Way wide this time. The attack this time, it's got to be a full toss. It's hit well towards the gap there, but the fielder's favourite. We get a couple of singles here. Wide and a single. I think they need at least a boundary and over. That would be the target. This is going to be the final over of the power play, remember? So they would want. And there it is. There's a huge shout. Huge shout from Telang. But nothing that impresses the umpire. Now in the attack, here he comes again. This time, again, there's a shout. I think that's going to be a leg by. Yes, the indication from the umpire is leg by. Good deliveries so far from Telang. The power play about to come to an end now. And once again, he gets something on it. That's going to be a single, I think. Wayward throw in the end. Leg by once again. So, no batting, no bat on it. But ultimately, that is that. So the power play comes to an end. And I think they'll be a little unhappy with the total so far. Maybe the Tokyo Dragons would have wanted something about 30-35, but the pitch certainly seems to be a little slower today. We've seen this across two games now, and you can certainly chalk it down to the quality bowling and also the pitch. Power play over now. Now in the attack, the bowler with the responsibility. Who else? It's Manjeet Kumar. Remember, he had an absolutely brilliant spell in the previous game. They'll want him to repeat the same. Now, once again in the attack. This time, he steps out for it. Santosh, but not able to get the contact he wanted. Now, try to get something on it, did he? Because if he did, that would be a wicket for sure. That brings the over to an end. A decent over by Kumar. Now we move on to the fifth over. The first over after the power play is done. Mishra in the attack now. Fifth over here. Is that going to be a wide? The fielder's trying to stop it from overflowing into extra runs. Wide is the call. In the attack now. This time swipes at it towards the leg side. Fielder there at long on. Stops it. It's only going to be a single. Another wide. So you would want to cut out those extras, I'm sure, because they're never going to suit you. Dev Mishra. This time close to the fielder there, but not what they would have wanted. Dev Mishra in the attack once again. Swings it this time, gets good purchase on it. It's gone behind, but is it going to run all the way for four? The fielder's trying to reach that. I don't think he will. And that goes on for 4 runs. Well, however it gets to the boundary is good enough for the Tokyo Dragons. I think he meant to hit it straight up down, but it goes behind, and he'll happily accept that 4 runs. Now he's hit it straight down the line this time. Is it going to be another boundary? Yes, that goes for a maximum 6. So 4 and 6 and back-to-back deliveries. This is where they accelerate and they get the runs they needed. They were lagging behind, and the first few overs turned out to be really good. But this one, going to be very expensive, up to 15 runs already in this over, takes the team up to 40. Not what the Falcons would have wanted. They've Mishra turning out to be expensive. Now 2 deliveries still to go. Gets another good strike on it this time. It's a lot slower though. Only a single, I think. Dave Mishra once again in the attack. 16 runs of this over and a good delivery to end the over. So it's 41 for 1 at the end of 5 overs at the midway point. 16 runs in this over. You can just see where they were before this, because if you just remove those 16, they were up to 25 after 4 overs, which was not the greatest position to be in. Just 6 runs per over, but now they're up to 41. And suddenly the run rate has gone from 6.2 to 8.2. That's what they wanted, more of it. Similarly, if they can keep up this, they'll be able to reach 80, 85, even 90. So, who's going to step up now? Looks to be it's Bhuvat Kulal who's been given the responsibility. Just setting up the field as he would have wanted to. Starts well, it's in the air, and well, oh, he's put that down. He has put that down. That was a chance. That was a chance to get the danger man. Naveen Acharya, who's up to 26 of 17 already. Now 27 of 18. That was a chance. That was the breakthrough that they would have wanted. And he's put it down. This was not the most difficult catch in the world. You need to take those. Now, Kulal in the attack again. Look at that, the confidence on Santosh as well, because they're stepping up to the ball. And now fielding once again a little weak. Gets a couple of runs there this time. Once again, slides well towards the fielder. He did well to save it, but they could probably squeeze 2 once again if they want. Just a single this time. 4 runs of the over so far. Kulal in the attack again. So slightly cushions it towards the fielder at square. in the attack now. Fuller length this time, and that's a good option. That's a really good option. Once again, now here he comes. This time tries to get a good contact on it. It just goes to the fielder behind. That's going to be a single. So 5 runs in the over, a decent over overall. And with that, they're up to 46 at the end of 6 overs. A couple of good deliveries so far. Once again, now slower ball this time. Abhishek Telang, and it's sent back quickly. They're inching ever so closer to the 50-run mark. Or that was 16 runs, basically, turning out to be extremely crucial so far. Swing and a miss now. Once again, in the attack. They want to break this partnership, I'm sure, and this time plays it across the ground. Fielder's going to get there. Just a single. Once again, this time swings at it, doesn't get too much purchase. They're going to run for a single and they're going to get there. Direct hit was on there. And that brings the over to an end. And with that, the 50-run mark comes up for the Tokyo Dragons. It's 50 for 1 at the end of 7 overs. In the attack now this time, and there it is. He gets his wicket. Wow! So we start the eighth over right here in front of us, and straight away Manjeet Kumar gets the danger man. He creates the opening. There was a lot of commitment to that, you could see, and they finally get the breakthrough that they wanted. Second man is out. They've got an important wicket. They're going to be happy about it. Santosh has to go back. Naveen Acharya still at the crease, 30 runs for him already. And now, once again, we start in this over. Manjeet Kumar got the wicket that they would have wanted. They broke the partnership. They still have to watch out for the danger man Naveen Acharya and also Robin, the new man at the crease. He comes in the attack. In the attack once again this time. Swings at it and he gets it once again. Another man has been sent back. Similar delivery, a similar situation, a similar swing. And Naveen Acharya has to walk back as well. And there's two new batsmen at the crease now in the eighth over, where you would have expected Santosh and Acharya to start accelerating and target a score of 90. It's now two new batsmen at the crease who have to build their innings once again. What a game changing moment. Absolutely game changing moment here by Kumar. You can see that wicket, a single, a tot, and a wicket. He's gotten 3 wickets today already, just 2 runs across the 2 overs so far. Absolutely decisive bowling. We saw Ahmed earlier in the previous game where he took 2 wickets and gave away 2 runs across his 2 overs, and now this is something similar. These are game winning spells. Bhattarai now at the crease with Robin. Look at that. He just slows down the ball a little. And as you anticipate and go for the swing just goes on ahead and the ball just sneaks in. It's easier said than done. You get another single now. Final ball of this over. And there it is. He strikes again. Similar pattern, similar stump. He gets the third stump each time. And he's gotten 3 wickets in this over. It's 52 for 4 at the end of 8 overs. And Robin has to walk back as well. Look at the spell. 2 overs done. Just 3 runs given and a 4 for. What a spell of 4 for by Mandeep Kumar. That brings the eighth over to an end. It's 52 for 4 at the end of 8 overs. Looks like it's going to be Abhishek Talang here, who's been given the responsibility of the ninth over. Really good first over by him as well, remember. Here he comes in the attack. This time hit it towards the leg side, trying to find the gap there. Sends it back. That's good fielding, tight fielding. In the attack once again. Close ball there. Close to the stumps, difficult to play out. They try to sneak a single on that. It's Bhattarai, and of course, it's Arjun Gautam, the captain, who's come to the crease now after the previous dismissal. They would want to get some big runs in this over, but doesn't seem to be working out in their favor so far. Just one over remains after this. Swings at it, gets a little lucky there, could have been played on, and the wicket keeper just catching the ball in the end but not throwing it, did not want to risk an overthrow. He's fine with the single. Yeah. This time close to the stump. That's an appeal, I'm sure, but it was going down the left side. Clear to see. Really good over so far by Telang. No wickets for sure, but he's limiting the runs, which is more important at this stage because they want to keep the total as low as possible, and they're managing to do that. Swings it well now this time towards square, and it goes well beyond the fielder there for 4 runs, a much needed boundary for the Tokyo Dragons, and an imperfect finish in the end to the over for Abhishek Telang. And the 9th over comes to an end with that. So we start the 10th over here in front of us. 60 runs on the board already. Kulal, who had a good first over, starts here. And with that, they've managed to get the wicket off Bhattarai as well. Kulal strikes, and Bhattarai is sent back to the pavilion. So Arjun, the captain, still at the non-strikers end. And you have a new batsman now, Sushil Sapkota, who's going to be at the strike. Fifth wicket has fallen, and similar runs on the board. If you remember from their previous match for the Tokyo Falcons, where they had to chase down 63 and they did not. 62 was a total. It seems to be that there could be a bigger total here if they manage to utilize the next four balls. Kulal in the attack now. That's going to be a wide ball, and they're going to run for a single as well. So that's two runs there. Kulal in the attack once again. Here he comes. They're leaving the stump there, taking the risk. They're going for the big shots. The captain did that, and they strike once again. Kulal strikes the second wicket of this over. It's 62 for 6 now, and it's not going the way of the Tokyo Dragons. Now in the attack, that's a full toss. He gets something on. He's trying to run for the single, and there they get the wicket. I'm not sure why Sapkota didn't run a little bit, a little bit harder. I think he expected the run out. Sapkota expected the run out there, I think, and that's why he just. So another wicket falls now, and it's not going to plan for the Tokyo Dragons. .62 on the board so far. That wide plus one run being the only runs they've gotten in the final over here. The final two overs have been really, really tight from the Tokyo Falcons. And although we've seen in the previous game where the Tigers were able to defend 62, you can't always count on it. Swings there, tries to run for a single. Is it in the gap? Is it going to go all the way? I think he's found the gap there. So a brilliant shot in the end where the fielders could not get there. And 4 runs. Really much needed. 6 runs on the over. You can see dot ball. dot ball and a wicket because that was a run out, then a wide and single, then another wicket, then another dot and wicket because there was another run out. This has been an interesting over. And then a boundary. Up to 66 now, and one ball to go. Final delivery 66 for 7. Swings at it, tries to get a single there. Is he going to be able to run to the other side? And well, he does that. So 67 on the board for the Tokyo Dragons and 68 to win for the Falcons. It's more than the score that they've were unable to chase the previous game, but it's a different opposition, it's a different game. And let's see what happens. The chase is on 68 to win for the Tokyo Falcons as the Tokyo Dragons put up 67 on the board. I'm going to take a short break and come back for the chase. In the meanwhile, just going to look over the statistics of the batsmen and the bowlers here. And we're about to get underway here. Now the chase is on and it's about to start. The Tokyo Falcons need 68 in 60 deliveries. And that's what the Tokyo Dragons need to defend. It's going to be an interesting chase, I'm sure. And early wickets will be a huge factor. And we go again. Here we start. Look at the pace on that delivery, and he strikes in the first ball itself. Wow, what a start. It couldn't have been better. That's for sure. The first wicket has fallen. What a delivery. It seemed from the run-up of Vikas Shrestha itself that he was going for a pace, fast ass attack. So, Abhishek Talang now, the new batter at the crease. They've lost the first wicket already. This is not the ideal start that the Falcons would have wanted. In the attack once again. Look at that, the pace on the delivery and the accuracy. It's really, really good. Now, in the attack once again, Vikas Shrestha just slides it towards the leg side for a single. In the attack once again, slices that just misses the slip there. They get a single. Now, in the attack again. Look at that, really close, brilliant over so far. The singles are there, no doubt about that. But the deliveries are really, really good. And it's difficult to hit them for any fours or sixes. This is a power play, of course. Remember, this is where they would want to maximize their runs. Final delivery of the first over. 4 for 1. Just clear to the leg side once again, and I think that might find the boundary. The fielder gets there, and they'll come back for 2. So 6 for 1 at the end of the first over, similar to the Tokyo Dragons. We start the second over here in front of us, and they hit it into the gap for 4 runs, a much needed boundary for the Tokyo Falcons. They needed that, and they get those 4 runs. Suraj Rawal in the attack once again. Here he comes, left-handed, placed towards the leg side into the gap, brilliantly placed there. I think it's going to get them a single though. Don't want to risk 2 runs there. Ten runs come up on the board in the 11th run here in front of us. In the attack once again. That was close. That took a little bit of deflection, and a direct hit there might just get them that wicket. There's an appeal. There are multiple appeals, but I think he got there in the time. Wow. That must be close. That must be very close. Now in the attack again. Swings it, gets good contact on it. It's in the air now. Is it going to go all the way? That is a 6. That is a maximum. And this over is turning out to be a really good one for the Falcons. So, suddenly, things starting to click. In the attack now, once again, Rawal maybe he would want to change something up. He's conceded 11 in this over already, and these kind of overs change up the match. Remember, in the previous innings as well, there was an over of 16 runs. And there's a chance once again. But good running in the end. I think he's got his man. Maybe has he? We wait for the confirmation from the umpire. I think he's in. I think he's safe. Now in the attack, Suraj Rawal once again a brilliant delivery. I think there was a flick there. Did it touch the pad or did it touch the bat? We will see from the umpire's reaction. It touched the pad, he says. So it wouldn't matter if the wicketkeeper got a glove on it, but still it would save a run. And with that, the second over comes to an end and it's 20 for 1. 14 runs in this over. Now we start from the other side, and it's who else but Bikash Shrestha, who's brought back in the attack for his second and final over, which is also the final over of the power play. They want him to work his magic once again, I'm sure. Here he comes once again, and was there a nick there? No nick, I think. Good delivery, tempting for Abhishek Telang. Swipes at it once again. Good delivery. In the attack now. Trying to maybe find a way to cross the boundary there. I think it's going to go across. Can he stop it just in time? He does. Good fielding in the end. Now swipes at it. It's going to go into the gap once again, but the fielder's going to be there. Similar strike towards long on. Now, this time, a better delivery. But still going to try and sneak a single. It's a good run in between the sticks now in Shrestha's over. 5 runs in this over now. Final delivery of the power play as the score up to 25 now. It's almost similar to the score that the Tokyo Dragons were trying to put up. And he hits it on the fly. I think that's going to go all the way for a boundary. So a brilliant end to the power play for the Tokyo Falcons. And that goes for a 4. And 29 for 1 at the end of 3 overs. This is what they wanted, and they've reached almost halfway already. Just setting up the field now, as this is going to be the first over after the power play. Remember. Number 45, Robin Kirky. Starts the normal overs after the power play and hits it towards the fielder, deep extra cover for a single. Swings at it this time. Maybe just going to fetch another single. So singles, not too shabby for the Tokyo Falcons because they got a good amount of runs in the power play. They have 7 more overs. Snatching at it once again. No dot ball so far. They needed 39 in 7 overs, averaging to about, I think, 5.5 per over. So singles on every ball and maybe a 2 here or there can get them that consistent 5-6 runs per over, which is good for the Falcons. This time, I think it's going to be a dot ball. Better delivery. Robin Kirky. Ireland up to 18 of just 7. Thailand up to 8 of 10. Not counting the runs in this over. Sent back. And a direct hit there. An opportunity for them to run another single, I think. They didn't want to. Remember, if the stumps have been dislodged and then you want to try for a run out, you need to completely uproot the stumps from the ground. Hit towards the leg side, sliced well. That might run for 4 runs and brilliantly hit for a 4. So they're finding their groove, and this match they've approached really well. They've not lost early wickets except for the one. And it's really working out in the favor of the Falcons. Four overs done, 37 for 1 at the end of 4 overs. Now, with the attack, Arjun, the captain, steps up and it's straight down the line. Is it going to go for 4 runs? It goes for a 6. Clears the boundary straight away. First ball 6. Not the start he would have wanted. And you can see the confidence level on Telang and Anand now. They are set, these batters, and they're playing with confidence. Swipes at it on the full toss now. Once again, is that going to go all the way? Yes, that clears the fence. So back-to-back sixes here by Anand, and well, absolutely brilliant cricketing shots. Takes him up to 32 of just 12 balls. And 12 runs already in this over in the first two deliveries. They're up to 49. Look at that this time again. Plays it on the leg side, and that's for another six, I think. Wow! 3 sixes back to back. He might have just ended the match right here. 18 runs already in the first three deliveries. And Arjun can only look in awe and confusion as they're up to 55 already. Just 13 more runs needed. And there's more than 5 overs to go. Wow. Anand completely changed the look of this game on his own here. He read Arjun like a book on every delivery. 3 sixes. 3 more deliveries to come. What is Arjun going to do? Much better, much better this time. Slower delivery, wide of it. But I think, I don't want to be pessimistic, but the match might have just gone out of their hands now with these 18 runs and 3 deliveries. Look at that, trying to swipe it towards the third man. They get a single. I think they don't take one. That's the confidence at which Anand is operating right now. He didn't choose to take a single there. He wants to face the rest of the deliveries. 1 delivery to go now. And this time, well, there it is. They get their man. So Arjun comes back. A dot, and a wicket. 18 of the first 3. And then he says, hold up. I can bowl as well. I'm the captain for a reason. And he gets his man. Anand commits, but he has to go back. 38 in just 14 deliveries for Anand. 55 on the board already. Well, they've got the wicket, but it could be too little too late. Because if you can see the score right here in front of us, they need 13 in the next 30 deliveries. It's almost a run every 2 deliveries. 3 runs and over. The pressure is going to be on the bowlers, and they have to take 8 more wickets. If we would be at 4 or 5 wickets down, I would say maybe we're looking at a different match. But Anand has done his job brilliantly. 38 of 14. Just 2 wickets gone. And if the rest of the batters can contribute as they should, the victory is in sight for the Falcons. Robin Kirky has been brought back into action. Extremely difficult to defend this, isn't it? Likes to play it in the gap there. It's going to be a single, I think. Are they going to come back for 2? Yes, they do. Not the tightest fielding in the deep. And they're looking at the third one. No signal from Talang. Abhishek Talang at the strike now. Sumit Talang at the non-strikers, and once again hit in the same position. A deep extra cover, this time a single. So 10 runs needed now in 28 deliveries. They're in a very good position. You can see that. Now in the attack. This time, once again, finding the gap. It's going to get them a single. Might consider 2. But single it is. They're not taking excess risks as they don't need to. Just 9 runs needed now. They could finish it in the next 2 overs itself. Swipes at it, and well, that was close. That could have been another wicket. And the first one for Robin. Desai plays it on the leg side. Is it going to go all the way? Looks like he's found the boundary there. Well, that is exactly what they wanted to prevent, and they've got a boundary there. So just 5 runs needed now, 25 deliveries. 1 ball to go in this over. A 6 can finish it off. But if not, The next over could be the final one. They've chased it down brilliantly this time. Almost impossible to lose it at this point. Sliced at it. And it's going to be a single. 4 runs needed as we go into the 7th over. 6 overs done. And they're in a position that they really, really would have loved to be at this point. 68 they needed to win. Just 4 runs now. 64 for 2 at the end of 6 overs. Vijay Banjade has been called into action. 4 runs to defend. Near impossible. There's a shout there. Will the finger go up? No, says the umpire. They think about another one, but no is the signal from Talang. They get a single. They're just 3 runs to win. Well, most likely they're going to finish it off in this over itself. It's been a really, really good batting performance from the Tokyo Falcons. They didn't repeat the same mistakes they made in the previous game against the Tigers, where they were able to restrict the Tigers at 62, but then they were not able to chase it down. They lost by 9 runs in the end. But this time, completely different. 67 was the score put up by the Falcons and by the Dragons. Sorry. And well, just gets a slight nick on it. Bounce back to the wicketkeeper. So 60, like we said, 67 was the score put up by the Dragons. But no mistakes from the Falcons, especially brilliant batting by Anand. Pandharira cuts at it slightly. Is he going to find the gap there? The fielder's coming there. It's a single. Vijay Banjade trying all his might to defend this small, small score. I think they're going to sneak another single there. Yes, they do. So scores are level. 67 on the board, just 1 run to win, 2 deliveries yet to come, and an absolutely brilliant performance with the ball and the bat from the Tokyo Falcons as they complete their second match of the day. 2 matches played, they've won one, they've lost one. The earlier match, 1 match played by the Tigers, and swipes at it, gets a good hit, and that's going to go for 4 runs. He finishes off in style there, and that is that. That is the end of the game number 2. Brilliantly chased down in just 7 overs, a little lesser than that actually, but 7 overs. And they chased down the total Tokyo Falcons. They're done for the day. They've played their 2 games and they've got a victory out of it. We're going to take a pause after this, and then, of course, the Tokyo Dragons take on the Tigers Cricket Club, which would be an even tougher match for them. We'll see how it plays out. But in the end, the victors go home happy. And the Dragons have it all to play. I'm going to look at the brilliant performance from Abhishek Telang, 23 of 20, and especially Anand, 38 of just 14 deliveries. Those 3 6s in Arjun's over really changed the tide of the game. It was always going to be not a huge total, but still 3 6s back to back, 18 runs. And then, well, there were 3 dots, which included a wicket, but didn't matter at that point. He got the runs he would have wanted, Anand, and they finished it up in style. We'll see the match statistics, but the Tokyo Falcons have won by 8